What I have found in my research is that when it is narrowly tailored and there's a compelling reason, mandates help for that particular company, organization, or industry. Narrowly tailored,
Okay.
and there is a compelling where there again, let me give you an example. There was an electric company that I worked for that wanted to hire a nuclear engineer. Now, I know what you're going to say, man, the pool for that can't be that big, especially when it comes to women and people of color. So we went through extraordinary efforts to present to the hiring manager qualified candidates that hopefully a slate that would include females and people of color. We presented 18 slates, 18. All 18 had at least one person of color and one female. In 18 out of 18, they hired the white male. Now, that's when they called me and said, something's wrong. Something is happening here. And I went to the chief nuclear officer and says, you didn't have to call the numbers. 18 out of 18, the white male can't be the most.
Even if you closed your eyes and picked, you think you'd land on them.
Yeah. I said,
okay, probability.
And I said, now let me give you two slates. And I gave him, this is where you got to get past numbers. Here is the slate of candidates for this one job. One of them included a female who had a master's degree in nuclear engineering from MIT.
Ridiculous.
She was in the Navy. Now, she was on a nuclear submarine. Now, your audience may not know this, but she was a master chief, which is the highest enlisted rank you can achieve in the United States Navy. She was the man on that nuclear sub.
Yeah.
She left the Navy and they passed her over.
What, he said she was overqualified?
I don't even.
That's the other one.
What I'm saying is, in 18 out of 18 cases, you said you like numbers. The white male was a successful candidate, and in one of those cases, you passed over a person with a degree from MIT. That's when you have to step in and say, okay. They say, Doc, how are we going to fix this? Now, every slate is going to have a female and person of color, and every slate has to be approved by the chief nuclear officer.
Right.
We didn't even impose a number. We just had to have an intervention into the process.
Seriously, yeah.
That says, now we're going to put it on you, the person that gets paid 7 figures, to say, you have to prove for this job classification, you have to prove every hire.
Gotcha.
So we didn't even improve. Now, if that doesn't work, then the OFCCP is going to jump in and probably say, you know what?
Yeah.
We for every 3 hires, one is going to have to be a person of color or a woman. Now the federal government is going to jump in and say, you are a federal contractor. It is something, we don't know what you're doing, but we're going to tell you what the fix is going to be. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I have seen, you say, well, that's just a one-off case.
Well, I hear you.
No.
And that sounds like a very concentrated effort.
Whether it has to be contracts, like I saw at Martyr, or at other or whether it's hiring or promotions, you have to be open to doing something that some party would call a quota or a mandate. I call it an intervention, because your normal process
is biased.
I could use a stronger word.
By all means.